Prince Andrew was left shell-shocked after the Queen stripped him of all military titles, a source close to the Duke has claimed. On Thursday, Buckingham Palace announced that the Duke of York's military titles and royal patronages have been returned to the Queen. The Queen's decision to remove these came just one day after it emerged that a judge refused to throw out a civil case launched against Andrew by Virginia Giuffre. The Duke also won't use His Royal Highness style in any official capacity. Buckingham Palace issued a brief statement that focused on Andrew's public role and titles on Thursday evening. It read, "With the Queen's approval and agreement, the Duke of York's military affiliations and royal patronages have been returned to the Queen. The Duke of York will continue not to undertake any public duties and is defending this case as a private citizen." On Thursday morning, prior to the news breaking, the Duke was spotted being driven from his property Royal Lodge for a meeting with the Queen. It comes as the royal family is said to be furious with the prince over the claims and dragging the family into the matter. A source close to Andrew on Thursday evening described him as shell-shocked by the Queen's statement move. The source added, "Given the robustness with which Judge Kaplan greeted our arguments, we are negation unsurprised by the ruling. However, it was not a judgment on the merits of Ms. Giuffre's negation allegations. The Duke will continue to defend himself against these claims." The Duke of York held 12 military affiliations, including Colonel of the Grenadier Guards, which have now been returned to Her Majesty. Her decision to remove the titles came after more than 150 furious Navy, RAF and Army veterans signed an open letter asking her to strip him of his military appointments. The letter read, "We understand that he is your son, but we write to you in your capacity as head of state and as Commander-in-Chief of the Army, Navy, and Air Force. These steps could have been taken at any time in the past 11 years. Please do not leave it any longer." On Thursday, it was announced Andrew had his royal patronages and military affiliations returned to the Queen following the latest ruling in the civil case being brought against him by Virginia Giuffre. The Duke of York, 61, will also stop using the style His Royal Highness in an official capacity, and will defend the sexual abuse case as a private citizen. Following this, the prince could decide to move out of Royal Lodge, his home on the Queen's Windsor estate. While the property is not his to sell, the Duke could conceivably vacate the property now to minimize his outgoings in the near future. In 2003, Andrew signed a 75-year lease for the property for a one-off fee of £1 million to the Crown Estate, the equivalent of around £250 a week. The home, which boasts 31 bedrooms, would be worth at least £30 million on the open market and is located just 3 miles from Windsor Castle, where the Queen spent the Christmas period for the second year in a row due to COVID. During his tenure at the property, which was the Queen Mother's old home, Andrew has spent £7.5 million on refurbishing, including the addition of an indoor swimming pool. Andrew's daughters Beatrice and Eugenie are grown up now, and no longer live at the property and instead live with their partners and children. However, Andrew does not live alone in the spacious royal residence, and instead reportedly lives there with his ex-wife Sarah Ferguson, although they are believed to occupy separate wings of the house. After stepping down from royal duties in 2019 following his BBC Newsnight interview, the Duke was allowed to remain in residence at Windsor Park. A civil trial in the autumn is now on the horizon for the Duke, where Ms. Giuffre can put forward her allegations. Andrew can decide whether to engage with the American legal system to defend himself against the allegations. Reports have suggested that the Duke could be facing an estimated £5 million minus £6 million legal bill if he decides to fight the case and clear his name over the allegations leveled against him. The Duke could also be looking at paying an undisclosed sum to Ms. Giuffre if an out-of-court settlement is agreed. As the case progresses towards trial, Andrew, Ms. Giuffre and any other potential witnesses would have to give depositions. Ms. Giuffre, 38, alleges he sexually abused her on 3 separate occasions in 2001 when she was a minor under U.S. law. The Duke of York has repeatedly denied her claims. On Thursday morning, Andrew made his first public appearance since the judge ruled not to dismiss the case. Images show the Duke sitting in the back seat of the vehicle while being driven from the property. It was the first time he'd been spotted in public after Judge Louisa Kaplan ruled not to throw out the civil sex assault case brought against him after the Duke's legal team tried to get it dismissed.